Hello and welcome back. Today I have 3 very easy and budget-friendly meals for you. They're nothing fancy. They are very low effort, but they're very filling and full of flavor. Before we jump into that, I wanted to share my new pots and pans from Caraway Home. I had no idea that cookware could even be toxic. These ones from Caraway are free of toxic materials for guilt-free cooking, and they release less CO2 emissions when produced versus like traditional non-stick cookware. These are also naturally non-stick for less use of butter and oil, which is amazing because my last non-stick pans, I had to use a ridiculous amount of non-stick stuff like sprays, oils, butter, just so my food could stick. Yep, still stick. These from Caraway are easy to clean as they are to cook with. This set comes with a saute pan, a fry pan, a Dutch oven, and a saucepan. I cannot get over how gorgeous these are. I actually had a hard time choosing which color to get, but they are just so sturdy and like have a good weight to them. Caraway Home offers something for everyone's style, so there's something to suit all kitchens, along with other cook and bakeware products. I love the space-saving ability. These magnetically connect for ease of getting pots and pans in and out. This set actually comes with a hangable sleeve, which will hold all of the lids. Again, so convenient, and you have so much more storage on your shelf. Right now, they're having their once-a-year sale for up to 20% off. Moving on to our recipes. This is the chicken and rice one that I was talking about in a grocery haul. Kenny kind of made it up on his own, and it's something that's just stuck because it's very cozy, very warm, comforting, it's cheap. And really, I feel like you could switch it up in so many different ways. I really want to try to find a way to make it into a casserole. I think that would be really yummy. I just haven't figured out how. But I'm just following the directions on the box for this long grain and wild rice Roni. And while that is cooking, I will be cubing up 2 chicken breasts. I should be doing 3. That way it gives Kenny a little bit more when it does come to leftovers for work. So I think from here on out I will do 3 chicken breasts, but you can do as many or as little as you need. That doesn't really make a difference. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my pan and season it with some Italian seasoning, some sea salt, and ground black pepper. Letting that cook. By this point my rice is about done, so I'm just popping the lid off so it can finish cooking. And then my chicken was also done, so I went ahead and put that in a separate container just off to the side for a second so that we could make our gravy. I'm using the same pan. I'm just gonna deglaze it with some butter. I'll leave exact measurements down below. I believe I did 2 tablespoons of butter and a 1/4 cup of flour. I should have done 2 tablespoons of flour, so I will correct that in the description. I'll be adding in 1 cup of chicken broth. Yes, I am using a rubber scraper to try to get the lumps out because you don't want to use anything harsh on these pans, and I don't own like a silicone whisk, so I plan to get one of those the next time I'm at the store. So I'm just working these lumps out the best that I can. And then for added flavor, I'm just going to add in 1 little bouillon cube and let that kind of melt in there. Adding in some salt and pepper to taste and just letting that thicken up. And by then you should have your gravy that looks like this. So simple, but so flavorful. But I love it. It's just like a cozy meal. And like I said, so easy. This next one I could have sworn I've shared before, maybe I've just thought about it so many times, but it's ribs. I've always found anything that had a large portion of meat intimidating, specifically red meat. I'm just preheating my oven to 300 degrees and then getting a cookie sheet and prepping that with some foil. I'm just using this Smithfield brand extra tender baby back ribs from Walmart. I think this was like $8 or $9. I will then be making like our crust if you will. So I'm taking some brown sugar, salt, pepper, garlic powder, ground mustard, paprika. I'm going to incorporate that all together and then basically just take the back of my spoon and push this into the ribs, and like I said, basically just making a crust. I'm taking another piece of foil and putting that over the top and putting that in the oven for a few hours. I ended up leaving it in the oven a little bit longer than it said, so I'm pulling those out now and just adding on whatever barbecue sauce that you like. We just do the Sweet Baby Ray's, and I'm going to brush that over the top and place that back in the oven for about another hour. When I tell you my house smells amazing, I'm not even kidding. It smells so good, and these have never not turned out good. It's not intimidating at all. It's so simple and yet so flavorful. You would never know that these were such low effort. This last recipe, again, super low effort, and one that I have struggled to make up until I got these pans, I'm not even kidding you, is egg fried rice. I'm prepping my pot with water for the rice. In the pan, I will be taking just some garlic, measuring it with my heart, adding in some peas and carrots and letting that kind of defrost a little bit in the pan, and then cooking my rice. I just use instant. So while I wait for that to cook, I'm going to go back over to my peas and carrots and add in some diced ham. Totally optional. Letting that cook a little bit and then adding in my rice once that is done, and kind of just incorporating that all together, letting it brown a little bit. This would also be a time that I would chop up some green onions and throw that in also. However, I forgot them and I did not want to fight the crowd at Walmart on a Saturday. Once that's done, I'm just making a little hole so I can add in my eggs. I only did 2 because I did 2 cups of rice. I feel like for every cup of rice that you do, you should do 1 egg. It's like the perfect amount. Look at how this just like effortlessly glides on the pan. Like, it doesn't stick. I just still can't believe I was using my crappy old pans for way too long, because this was just so satisfying to see it just glide right off the pan no matter what I was putting on there. In a little bowl, I will be adding some sesame seed oil and less sodium soy sauce, putting that over the top, and again just incorporating it all together, and just like that you are done. I ended up serving it with some popcorn chicken and tossing it in this orange sauce from Panda Express. These are probably all things that you have maybe made before, but these are all things that I've honestly have struggled with. I'm actually enjoying cooking again, and it's been really great, so maybe I'll be able to pump out some more of these. Let me know if you give any of these a try, or what you would recommend to switch something out or maybe adding to it, and I will talk with you guys in my next video.